Hey guys, welcome back to Different Faces. I'm Pamela.
And I'm Fatima.
And today's episode, we are going to do something a little fun. We have a couple of questions of Am I a bad mom?
And we're gonna go over like a few scenarios and a few things from different aspects, lifestyle, work, and then based on what we think, we're gonna give you our most honest opinion. So don't hate us. This is just our opinion. Okay, so let's begin this series of Am I a Bad Mom? We're gonna start with discipline. Even though we already talked about gentle parenting and our ways of parenting, I think this should be fun. Am I a bad mom for letting my child be upset instead of coming to fix it?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay,
a
let's.
bad mom. I think they should learn to fix it on their own and us not having to jump in all the time. So if they get upset, they'll figure it out. Obviously, if they're hurting themselves, they can jump in.
Yeah, that is true. Especially when they're little and they haven't found a way to verbalize their emotions in the beginning. Letting them just sit on their, if they're crying or whatever. If it's not related to them being sick or hurt, I think letting them be fussy, it's okay before stepping in. But once they're
Yeah.
verbal, I do like to ask if she's okay and what's wrong.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. I mean, I feel like always jumping in to help them does not help their critical thinking or their confidence because the more they try to do things on their own and the more they accomplish, it also helps their confidence. So
yeah,
I do think
yes,
that they should try to figure it out, certain things on their own. So
feelings.
no, you're not a bad mom.
Am I a bad mom for giving consequences?
What kind of consequences?
Any sort of consequences, whichever consequence you practice, whether that is reprimanding, yelling, spanking, timeouts.
Oh no, I take away toys. If you do something not supposed to be doing, I take away. I don't do spanking. I don't do timeouts. I might yell here and there, but no, I take away toys.
So you're a bad mom for giving consequences.
No, we're gonna say no to everything.
No. You're a bad mom if there is no consequences because this life comes with consequences. You do
Yeah,
wrong, you go to jail, you know. You do you perform poorly at a job, you get fired. That's how life is.
you don't do your homework, you
Okay,
fail.
you fail. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Am
Um
I a bad mom
being
for letting my kids watch TV so I can get things done?
it depends. It
On
depends.
what?
I might be hated, but I do not like moms that walk around with tablets and
Oh.
phones, and they give their kids tablets and phones at this little age. You see it all the time at the restaurants. You see them all the time. Kids that should be out running, playing with toys in their hands. They're with tablets in their hands. Restaurant gives you coloring books. You can bring
Hmm.
your own activity book, your own coloring. I have been in
Or just
meetings
have a
where I
conversation.
have, or just have a conversation. Exactly. I've been in
Hmm.
meetings on, Zoom where I had to give my daughter some TV time, or I have like a 1 hour drive to my mom's house. And if I'm doing the drive by myself, I do give Addie my phone so that she can watch Bluey if she gets fussy. I
Hmm.
am guilty of that. But it's like a one in a few instances. Like it's not like a routine. Phone and
Okay.
tablets and screen time is routine for me. So
So is it always a no to tablets and phone, or do you think that it's once they get to a certain age, then they can use it?
I know that right now in school she has 15 minutes a day, because I also know that her testing is going to be done through a tablet. VPK testing is done through a tablet. So if she doesn't know how to swipe or how to answer, how to even function the tablet, she's gonna be behind as well. So
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes a day,
That's crazy
which I
for
had
her
to
to
sign.
down the tablet. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So I mean, I am not oblivious to the fact that we live in a world that technology is gonna be in the front line. So I'm okay with that. She's gonna need some screen time.
Screen time for me, um, if I do have to get something done in the house and I need them to stay in one spot, I do put the TV on for my kids. So I'm guilty of that. And as far as like if we're in a restaurant or we're outside, they don't have tablets either. They don't really I don't really give them my phone like if we're eating or something like that. Luckily, when we've gone to road trips lately, they haven't really like sometimes my son will ask me to watch something on my phone, but I'll just like keep postponing it like, oh no, it's charging. Oh no, we don't have internet, just to like not give it to him. Once, because the last road trip we did was like 4 hours. And 4 hours in the car, anybody gets bored. So I try to do it like the least possible, like the last maybe like hour or 30 minutes. But yeah, I used to say, oh, my kids would never have screen time, not until they're like 2 or 3. That went out the window.
But they are 2 and 3.
Yeah, but they've been watching TV since before that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I waited a little bit. I waited maybe when she was close to being 1. I had a friend
Yeah.
who came in and she was like, we were working on a business proposal, and I was like, oh my gosh, she wouldn't like stop, and she was just like a busy bee, and then she's like, let's just put some TV, and I was like, no. She's like, it stimulates them, and she puts something on YouTube that just had sound and color, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like hypnotized.
It was like a black screen and like just like little moving thing.
It was like one of those green screens that put colors. Like it was just putting
Mm-hmm.
colors and sound, like drums and piano. And I just started banging like things like in the mat, because we had a mat. She started banging things, and my friend said, "Oh, she's auditory," and I'm like, "What is that?" I'm like, she's gonna learn with she's gonna have a good ear.
Hearing.
And till
Mm.
this day, we can be listening to something and she'll be like, "Oh mom, that's the guitar." And then she starts like, she is like, her ears are on all the time. She remembers
That's awesome.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like as long as it's something that's not overstimulating and age appropriate, you know. My son lately, he's into watching insects. There's this YouTube guy. He catches insects. Like he goes into the wild, he catches insects and he makes them bite him to see what kind of reactions he's gonna have. So my son is like into watching that right now.
Oh my god. What kind of
Yeah.
masochist is this?
Yeah. And now today actually he was like, Mom, I caught a bug. And I was like, a bug? What did you and he opened his hand and he had an ant. He's
Oh my god.
from the balcony.
How
And
cute.
yeah, like he, whatever that's why like it's very you have to be careful with what they see because he kind of like reenacts what he sees. Before this, I mean, we still do. We used to watch a guy that catches fish with his hands and like a stick instead of like fishing. So my son would play in the sofa, like he would go under the pillows and act as if he was swimming, catching fish.
Mm.
So,
They
you have to
imitate
be
us.
careful. Yeah. So it really depends, like what you're putting on for them too. Am I a better mom for counting down to bedtime?
I'm the same way. Sometimes I'm like looking at the clock, it's like 5 o'clock, and I was like, wow, 1 more hour.
For real. Sometimes we just need them to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we wake up early and we're with them most of the day. Well, at least you are with them all day. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you're always looking forward to bedtime and you don't enjoy the present and those little moments, then yes,
Oh
you're a bad.
yeah.
But if let's say you are tired here and there on a day and you're looking forward to putting them to sleep, no,
Mm-hmm.
not a bad mom. I'm not a
Yeah,
mom.
the every day is different, and every days we get more overstimulated than others. Other days we're more tired than other days. So there are those days that I'm like looking at the clock, starting from dinner. Okay, dinner, shower, play, go to sleep.
Is there any times that you have actually like make it earlier?
No, because they're already in a routine that even if I try to make it earlier, they're just gonna fuss and cry and it's just gonna be a disaster. It's just gonna make it worse for me.
Yeah. I one day I think or it's been a couple of times that I have said, okay, let's go upstairs. My night routine begins upstairs. So I'm like, let's go upstairs and then
Mm-hmm.
shower, change. And we always call my parents before we go to sleep, before she goes to sleep. I always FaceTime
Mm-hmm.
her. So I FaceTime my dad or my mom. I can't remember. I think it was my mom. And she was like, it's 6:30. And I always call around 7:30, almost
Oh,
8. It's like it's 6:30. I mean, you might as well put her to sleep at 5. The girl gets out of school at 3:30, like, you know? So I was like,
mm-hmm.
oh, man, she called me out on that. But I was tired
Yeah.
and she didn't go to sleep really early, but I was just the fact that I'm laying down with her in the bed was like, okay, at least I can do this. I can't be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
chasing you, but I can be in bed reading books and interacting.
So when she plays, like, does she want you to play with her, or are you able to just sit down on the couch and she plays?
No, remember she's an only child. I mean, Aidan is 17,
Big,
so
yeah.
she wants me to.
Mm,
If she's not, if I'm not playing with her, we're doing projects. We do a lot of like projects, painting,
mhm.
grading leaves from outside, putting them in paper. We're always doing projects, so that's like. Or if I'm not doing projects, we're playing like the restaurant. She's the waitress. I'm the client, being difficult. It's like a lot of role
That's funny.
my sister, yes, and this is your baby, and she gives me a doll, and this is my baby, okay, or I'm the doctor, she's the patient, it's a lot of that.
Mhm. Yeah, for me, they do what like I do play with them because sometimes most of the time they want me to play with them. But there are times where they play with each other or
Hmm.
around each other, like in the same room. But I feel like I still have to be there watching them because my daughter, she's still so little. And, I don't want her to fall or get hurt or something.
Am I a bad mom for going on a date night? And then give me a little history of how often you guys do date night, and when you guys do date night, if you do date night, if you feel guilty.
Oh my gosh. Are you a bad mom if you go on a date night? No, because you also have to take care of your relationship with your partner. Um, we haven't really done that many day nights, and if we do day nights, it's with our kids. So, especially being here, obviously we don't have anybody else to take care of our kids. When we were in Florida, we've done day nights here and there, but not often. We used to have the mom guilt. I'm like, oh my God, like I need to be there to take care of my kids. One time actually when we were in New York when my son he was 2 months. He was a newborn. And my sister-in-law, she they gave us tickets to go to a baseball game, like literally like floor tickets. So we went, she stayed with my son.
Mhm.
She was babysitting him. And literally, maybe we weren't even there an hour, maybe 30 minutes. And I told my husband, I was like, I want to go home. I was like, I need to go back to my baby, you
Mm.
know? So we literally left. Like, we weren't even there that long.
You couldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was missing my baby. Like, I knew he was in good hands. I know he was being well taken care of, you know? But I just needed to be, like, with him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, you're not a bad mom, you know, because obviously, but I just haven't done that yet. I feel
Yeah.
like now that they're bigger, I definitely, you know, if I had somebody that I trusted taking care of them, yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the questions. Like it all depends. You know, if you're a mom and you're dating every weekend, you work weekdays, you date on weekends. Kids grow so fast. I think it all depends. If you're dating, if you guys going on dates every weekend and then you work during the weekdays, then you are a bad mom. Stop going on so many damn dates.
Well, okay, I mean, let's say if I had somebody, let's say if my parents were here or if I was back at home, like a day a week is not bad. You know, let's say like every Friday night we go out on a week on a date, or every Saturday night. Like after they go to sleep, they're not gonna miss you when they're sleeping.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I say. It depends. Like you're a stay-home mom. You're with them all day, every day, and you want to have a date a week. God, go for it. You know, you
hmm,
deserve it. If you're a working mom and you're working, till 6 p.m., you literally come here to, come home to put them to
put
sleep.
them to sleep.
And then you go on dates every weekend. No, enjoy your
Like you're
kid.
not spending, yeah, you're not spending time with them.
They grow up fast.
Yeah.
My husband and I go on dates every six because our anniversary is on the 6th of March. So we
Hmm.
go every six, we do sushi. Okay.
Your marriage anniversary?
My marriage
Or
anniversary.
oh, mine's March 19th. Mhm.
So we got married on the 6th because our first anniversary when we got together was on the 6th. So we decided the 6th was our number.
Mhm.
That was we
Oh,
planned everything around it. So every six we go have sushi. If it's a weekday, Adi is in school, so we just have lunch. So it's just
okay.
the two of us, and we talk about, how life is and how's
Any
everything.
updates?
And update, yeah, like where do we stand? Anything that bother you? Anything I can do better? How's your mental state? Anything I can help you
Oh,
with?
that's
What
nice.
it's like a check-in time.
Mhm.
If it falls on a weekend, we are gonna take the kids to eat sushi with us because you know.
Oh,
And
so
then
you guys take the kids with you?
if it's on a week,
Uh,
if the six falls on the weekend, we take the kids with
okay.
us. If it falls on a weekday, we try to do a lunch date, and it's just a.
Okay.
And then once a year, we try to go on a trip together,
With
um,
no kids.
with no kids, 3 or 4 days.
I haven't done that yet.
This year was New Orleans, last year was Puerto Rico. So
Mm.
it's only 3 or 4 days. Guilt
Yeah.
Guilt, I don't think that guilt goes away, but do I think I'm a bad mom? No, I give my daughter, you know, she gets to see mom and dad happy in a household where she's being raised with love. So working on my marriage is important to me and to.
Mhm. Yeah. No, yeah, it's healthy for them to see that.
Am I a bad mom for spending money on myself? And this is particularly good for you because you're not the breadwinner of the house currently.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say bad mom, but whenever I want to buy something, I do think, okay, do they need something first? Do I need to get them something instead of me buying this, like, is this a need or do I just want it? Like, I do think of them first, or like whatever is needed for the house before I buy something for myself.
Girl, I'm
I
the
just
same.
think that's just us being moms, you know. We think about the kids first.
Yes, I'm the same way. This, but do you see those moms that have their nails, hair, eyelashes, outfits on point, and their kids look dirty,
Uh,
diaper hanging?
yeah,
Do you see that
I do see that. Working at a pediatrics office is you see that a lot. It's
time?
crazy.
I get her ready before I get me ready. Like there's more chances that you
Mhm.
will see me looking like a hot mess than you will see my daughter looking like a hot mess.
I feel like both mom and the kid needs to look presentable, but you're not gonna see my kids looking like they're homeless and I'm over here looking like, nah.
I think just the way that we present ourselves in general has changed in recent times. I think that our children are a reflection of us. So I wouldn't want, you know, my daughter to represent, a dirty kid
I
or
honestly wouldn't even say reflection. They're an extension of
an
us.
extension.
So, and you also have to teach them how to maintain themselves and be clean and always look presentable, you know? Because they're just gonna grow up and not caring.
The socks and the Crocs and the pajamas to the supermarket, I'm not okay with that. It's not even about style. Is that there's clothes that are meant to be for the house, and there's clothes that we will wear outside. We're not gonna wear suits inside the house. The suits are for business functions and whatever. But
Mhm.
I more and more I see kids at the supermarket with pajamas and slippers, and it's just like, what's happening?
Well, I mean, Crocs are sandals and they're easy for kids. I don't think there's anything wrong with Crocs. I mean, I don't like Crocs for myself. My kids wear Crocs, not Crocs, but like little sandals like that. Like,
Hmm.
but yeah, the pajama thing, no. Even when we're here at home, like we're at home. Like, let's say it's a day that we're at the house the whole day.
Hmm.
My kids don't even stay in pajamas inside the house. Am I a bad mom for feeling jealous of my life before kids or missing your life before kids?
I don't imagine life without Adi. I do not miss my meaningless life before her. I don't relate.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine my days going to sleep not tired because I was a mother to my baby. Like that's how
Yeah.
I feel. Now the
Mm-hmm.
moms that say, "Oh, I miss my old life," are they bad moms? Depends. If you are the mother of five children by
That's rough.
yourself, and if you reminisce on your life before other responsibilities kicked in, can you really blame a mom for thinking like that? I can't judge her.
Mm-hmm.
Or the mom of an autistic child.
Yeah.
There's,
It's hard.
yeah, she's like, no, you're not a bad mom. You're actually a realistic mom, or like you're like, you have courage enough to bring it up. There's times where I say I miss how I used to sleep before Adi, or I miss sometimes I used to eat uninterrupted. I miss that.
Mhm. Or
But
not
I know,
having to share your food.
oh, not having to share your food. Yeah. Today I was eating,
Mm.
and in the middle of the eating, she's like, "Mom, I have to poop." I was like, "Oh my god."
Happens all the time.
Yeah. So I wiped her butt, and then I washed my hands, went back to eating.
Food already cold. I mean, I wouldn't say I miss my life before my kids. Um, but there are days when like I look back at pictures or like videos and like, yeah, like I still want to be doing that. Not that like I will go back to not having my kids, but like, I still wanna have fun, Now it's a little more challenging because I have
Yeah.
my kids. Like even though I say like, oh yeah, I wanna go dancing or whatever or clubbing, me knowing myself, when I've had the opportunity to do that, I didn't do it. Why? Because I chose to be home with my kids. Like, oh no, I can't leave them. So it's like, yeah, I want to do it, but I know I'm not going to, just
Why?
because I'm gonna be thinking, because I'm gonna be thinking like, oh, what are they doing? Oh my god, I miss my babies. Oh my god, I want to be with my babies. You know,
But when they go to sleep.
I know. Like I've honestly like I've had chances to do that when I was back in Florida, and just like I'd rather be home with them. I know they're sleeping, but I want to be there in case they wake up, you know?
Mm,
Like it's just I know me, like I'm talking about like, oh yeah, I want to do this and that, but then when it comes down to it, I don't do it.
yeah. My mom is
No.
the one that encouraged me to continue. Like she will like let's say if I had like an invitation, she would tell me go, and I'm like, no, what about Addie? She's like, she's fine. I'll take care of her. And I'm like, well, what if she wakes up in the morning? She would tell me like, I'll give her a bottle. What do you think? You're the only one that can keep her safe? Have you ever regretted becoming a parent?
No. I feel like it's something that I've always wanted. You?
No, I have never met a mom that have like regretted having a kid. I have met women that have regretted not having kids,
Yeah.
but I haven't met any mothers, even with special kids, that have actually regretted having their kids.
Yeah, I don't think I've met anyone either.
I don't admit it, but
Oh. I mean, it could be that too, that they're scared to admit it or say it out loud. But I feel like women, because obviously women have the choice once they find out they get pregnant, they have that choice of, okay, I'm gonna keep this baby and be a mom or not. Um, so I feel like once they make that decision,
Mhm.
there's no like how can after you make the decision you can't regret it.
Yeah. Am I a bad mom if I choose to like walk away from a relationship just so that my kid can have a unified family? Say if somebody just wants to like separate,
Mm-hmm.
is she a bad mom for choosing to separate and not sticking, in a relationship just for the sake of, her babies having a unified family?
I think if it's a toxic relationship and it's abusive, it's better to be separated because whatever is going on in the house, the kids are going to learn and then they're going to think that that's okay and then accept that when they get older. So it's better to have two separate parents that are separately happy than to have two parents together that hate each other. So no, you're not bad mom.
What if you
If
are not in a toxic relationship? What if you just like, okay, I
and you're
want to,
choosing just to leave just because you got tired of the person
yeah,
and you don't
imagine.
want to work on your marriage, then you are a bad mom. Because I feel like, especially if it's a marriage, if it's just boyfriend and girlfriend, you know. But if you're married, you need to try to work on your relationship before you decide so that it's done. Marriage and a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship is two different things, in my
Mm.
opinion. And just because you're tired, like, oh, I don't want to be with him anymore, Liz. I don't think that's. What do you think?
That's a tough one. Like, I'm all for a woman, like, having their, being able to make decisions and
Mhm.
I'm all for women being happy and people being happy. But if we talk about like faith, you know, God intends for us to work on our marriage, and the only really out he gives us is infidelity. To death do
Mhm.
you apart, or until someone you is unfaithful.
Mhm.
So besides that, like, obviously if you're in a toxic relationship where you're being abused, yes, run. Besides
Mhm.
that, I believe that there is
You have to
ways of,
try to work it out.
yeah.
You can just be like, "Oh, I'm bored of this person, so I'm out." How
Mm-mm.
selfish is that? In my opinion.
Or I want a different, I want to, I want to experience something different.
Then you should have not been in a relationship and have a kid.
Hmm.
Just be free and do what you want to do.
I have actually like heard of people that one day decided that they no longer want to be a mom or a wife,
Well, you
and
can decide to not be a mom.
walked away. Like
Oh,
something happened, things got overwhelming, and they just walked away.
whoa.
I know two examples that happened, and
You know them personally?
yes.
And how are they doing in life? I I feel like it's more acceptable to say I don't want to be married anymore than to say I don't want to be a mom. You can't just choose not to be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you can get divorced. Fine, get a divorce. You can't be like, oh, I'm tired of being a mom. Bye.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy. I normally say no judgment, but there's a little bit of judgment in that.
How about Puma? Let's go on a girls trip for 3 days.
Oh God, without my kids.
Hell yeah, without your kids.
You know, I haven't taken a trip without my kids ever. Like wherever I've gone, my kids have been there,
Mm.
or my husband. Like I haven't done a trip. Um, does it? So with me, like it goes back to I guess like the clubbing thing. It's something that I will want to do. Like I want to do it, but I don't know if I can. Like I will probably be like, "Oh yeah, let's do it," and then when it comes down to it, I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't know. I don't want to leave them alone, or I don't want to be without them." I mean, they're not alone. My bad. I don't want to be without them, or especially for 3 days. That's a long time.
Oh my gosh. So I'm not inviting you then.
Maybe when they're a little older.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, last was my first girls trip
yeah, last year.
last year.
Okay, how was that?
It was a little tough, like, just how when I go on a trip with my husband, that I'm like, I pack for myself and I pack for her to go to my
Hmm.
mom's house. It's like a lot of preparation needs to happen. When I left, there was a lot of guilt because I left her with my husband, but my husband was gonna require some help from his mom and my mom. So there was a little
Hmm.
guilt. But I have like like an amazing group of friends, like my sister, and they literally like they just like energized me. So when I came back ready, and like there was
Hmm.
many things that I'm like, oh, I miss my baby. So there was many things I wanted to do with her, with my husband, in general, like projects I wanted to start in the house.
That is something that I don't want to do. I was actually telling my husband that, when we do go back to visit the States, I go to Florida to see my parents, but I also want to go to New York. And, well, we want to go to New York and go to Pennsylvania too. So I was telling him, when we go to Florida, we can leave the kids with my parents and then we can just me and him go to New York by ourselves. So, I mean, that sounds exciting and all, but then we'll see when the day comes if
Girl,
I'm able to do it.
you better do it. You're not the only one that can take good care of those kids.
No, and it's not even because I know they're gonna be well taken care of with my parents. It's more me. Even when, let's say, when I go grocery shopping and I leave my kids with my husband, literally when I come home, my son is like, "Where were you? I missed you. why didn't you take me with you? I was looking for you and you weren't here. And that's like my heart. So
Yeah.
imagine if I'm gone for like a couple days, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I FaceTime Ari when we have gone on our trips. We FaceTime her, and I always think about like, oh my gosh, she's missing me. But my mom really makes sure that she doesn't. Like she takes her to the movies, take her to see Bluey, takes her to the park. She
That
makes
keeps her mind busy.
yes,
Am I a bad mom for staying home and sometimes wishing I worked?
no, no. I am actually not for women staying home, forever.
Mhm.
I think that it is important for us to be in our kids' life early on. I did it. But I wouldn't want you as my friend to rely on your husband's income forever, and God forbid something happens 10 years from now and you will happen to see yourself stuck.
Yeah.
And this may be like an unpopular opinion for women that stay home, but I think that everybody needs to make their own income, and everybody needs to have their own savings, have their own freedoms. So no, I don't think you are a bad mom for wanting to go back to work.
You know, I mean, I agree. I don't think I'm a bad mom for thinking that. But sometimes a little guilt because people say like, "Oh, you should be grateful that you're able to stay at home with them." And of course, I'm grateful. I'm super grateful that I'm able to be here with them and take care of them myself. But, I also want to work. There's, a little guilt.
Yeah, this is your stay-at-home stage. I think that
Um,
this series of Am I a Bad Mom made us realize that we are very not judgmental, and we pretty much said no to almost all of the questions.
it's because I think, a lot of moms like we are hard on ourselves and we think like, oh my God, like, am I a bad mom for doing this? But we're not, we learn every single day. We we're just surviving out here.
Or three things that will make you say they are a bad mom.
Oh
These, if you do
God.
this, if you do this, if you do this, you're a bad mom.
Oh, I got one thing. The
Okay.
main thing, and this goes out to not just the moms, dads too. You are a bad parent if you leave your kid in the car by themselves. I recently saw a story. A dad, I think it was in Florida actually. So he was driving his son to daycare. I
Hmm.
don't know if he thought that he dropped him off or whatever, but he left to go to
No.
work. And then he went back in the afternoon to pick up his son from daycare. And they told him nobody ever dropped him off. He went back to his car and the son was there.
Hmm. This happened in Plantation, and less than 10 minutes away from my mom's school. And this was a dad that had never taken their kid to daycare before. So it was
The
not
first
part of his routine. And this is when those accidents happen. So this is not like a willing dad that said, I'm gonna go real quick to Walmart, and takes longer than he should, and the kid passes away. This
But
is
I
a
feel
dad
like,
thought dropped his kid to school and
how do you
didn't.
think that? I don't understand.
Have you ever driven and you don't know how you get there?
No, especially
Okay,
if I'm with my kids.
it happens. So there's times when, okay, so there's times where I'm driving and then I get a phone call. And then I'm thinking about the presentation I have to do later, and I'm getting a phone call, and then I go inside somewhere, and the next thing you know, I'm like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" And I'm like, I'm going everywhere looking for my phone. My phone, I have my phone on my, here, or where's my sunglasses? And my sunglasses are here.
Yeah, but that's different to forgetting that you have a child in the back seat.
Yes,
And
I
especially nowadays, every single car, like the newer cars, obviously not everybody has newer cars, but most cars tell you on the little screen, check rear seats. Because obviously the car seat puts weight on the seat that tells the screen to tell you that. Like I don't understand. Maybe I'm being judgy, but I don't understand how you forget that you have a child in the back seat.
don't understand either. It hasn't happened to me. I don't understand. But just in case, because if it would happen to any me or my husband, it would probably be me, because I forget my phone, I forget my purse, I forget my wallet. I'm the clumsy one. But we already have this process where if I drop my baby home, I mean to school, I'm texting him, she's been dropped off. She went in fine. He will ask me like, "Oh, did she fuss? Who greeted her?" And then I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, so and so greeted her at the door, and she started playing with so and so." So we kind of do check and balances.
Yeah,
He drops her off. I ask him, "How was it? Did she stay calmly? Did she want it, to go back to the house?" That's how we check on each other. In this case, from the report that we saw, because the story went viral. The parents were good parents. The dad was a good dad, and he went crazy when he discovered his baby in the car.
oh my God, that's hard.
Hmm. That is so heartbreaking, because it's 95 to 100 degrees right now in Florida. Inside of a car, you feel like
Mhm.
10 or 15 degrees hotter than already it is.
Yeah,
And this baby was almost 2. So,
yes. It happens way too often, whether it's done purposely or
hmm.
not. But I feel like it's been happening way more. And even if it's with the car on, like it's not even just about them overheating because let's say God forbid somebody crashes into your car, like anything can happen.
Or somebody steals the car,
Exactly.
which
So
has
yeah.
happened, and the baby's in the back. Surprise! What I think is, this is a fun game. Obviously, we talked about what we allow and what we don't allow as mothers, but without being judgmental, I think everybody has their own compromises and their own do's and don'ts. There's moms that will be like, "Oh, I would never do a Lunchable," but then they will do day nights every weekend, and
Mhm.
I think it's a give and take when it comes to being a mother.
Exactly. And just because somebody else does something that you don't do or not willing to do or give up doesn't mean it makes him a bad mom. It's just different perspective, different points of views. We all parent differently, and that's okay.
And we're imperfect human beings, so let's give
I'm perfect. I
everybody.
don't know what you're talking about. Just kidding. No, yeah, we are imperfect. We, like I said, we're learning every single day.
Hmm.
I hope you guys liked this video of Am I a Bad Mom? And if you like this video, make sure you like, comment what you think you may be a bad mom for, or if you have any opinions on any of the questions that we had. Make sure you subscribe and share this video to other moms or anyone you think they might enjoy. And before we go, we do want to take a deep breath in. And let this be a reminder that it is okay to slow down, embrace your face, embrace your growth, and thank you for being here with us on Different Faces. Until next time.